Oh, okay. I just go for it. We're ready? All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you all for being here tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I guess I just introduced me, but I am Jill's sister, Michelle. Um, and I couldn't be happier to be standing up here as her maid of honor tonight. Although I do have to admit, words are not my strong suit, as Jill might remember writing or asking me, begging her to write all of my papers in high school for me. I didn't think it would be quite appropriate for her to write her own maid of honor speech, so here we go. Jill, I don't know what I did to get so lucky to get you as a best friend at birth, but I feel like I'm probably one of the luckiest people on the planet. I could honestly go on forever with examples of how perfect and smart and fun and supportive and just all around amazing you are. But I won't do that because we actually have a lot of speeches to get through. So I'll just sum it up by saying having you as a built in roommate when I was born is the best part of my growing up. I love you so much. Um, Greg, so you sure hit the jackpot when you just like moved in with her in Africa. Um, I distinctly remember when I would call Jill and hear about her adventures in Africa, and when those tales of adventures turned into just like hearing about her roommate Greg, her new roommate Greg. And it was honestly like a nice little flip of a switch. She just sounded so happy and content, like as soon as that happened, and from then on. The first time I met Greg, he came to visit our parents' house for the holidays, and he showed up with a big old bunch of Mexican food, a big feast for us all, and it was great. And included in that was probably the best vegetarian tamales I've ever had because Jill told him that I didn't eat meat. And that is something that I've always admired about Jill. She pays attention to the little details and is so thoughtful. And I was like, wow, Greg too. Good job. um, let's see. When Jill's job came to an end in Africa, she moved back to Portland, and Greg decided to come with, which was awesome. My boyfriend at the time, I couldn't even get him to move states for me, and here's moving halfway across the world. So, goals. um, what? But and then these two, they make a great team. I don't know if any of you guys have ever gone to trivia with them or watched Jeopardy with them, but honestly, they beat an entire bar full of like full teams, just them two. So, pretty amazing. Honestly, though, you guys are perfect for each other. I'm so glad you found each other. I couldn't have pictured a better person for my sister to end up with. So, congratulations, you guys. I'm so happy. Yeah. Cheers to the newlyweds. They're perfect, and I love them. That's all I got. I love you. Way to go, sister. I love you, Greg.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next to toast, please welcome groomsman Albert.
Tell you that already. Okay. How you doing, Mr. Eastside? Yeah, okay. Um, way nervous. All right, so I appreciate y'all's love. But first of all, I want to say how honored I am to be here, and even more honored that I told Greg I'm gonna do a speech at your wedding. Um, so many of you may not know me, but my name's Albert. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard a story or two about me. Um, might not have seen me. All good. They appreciate it. May not have seen me today because I'm with the degenerates at table 14. Um, so, yeah, this is a little joke. All right. So, there comes a moment in everyone's life where you meet that special person and you know you're going to love them unconditionally and be with them for the rest of your life. We met, what, 17 years ago? Yeah. All right. So, speaking of impressions, first one I had of Greg was freshman year football. I remember seeing him run, and I thought to myself, how does somebody run so goofy but be so fast? Well, that's where Greg and I became friends. We started playing football together, volleyball. little bit of basketball here and there. We weren't very good. Um, through football and other sports, we began a bond. We started sitting on the bus together, listening to our CD players at the time with just one pair of headphones, then sitting on the bench together, watching other people play. Um, but I can't explain it. Something about Greg made me know that this is somebody that I need in my life, just to make me a better person. Um, you're one of the best people I know, to be 100% honest with you. I've grown so much just by being your friend. You're truly a blessing to have in my life, and I'm so proud to be able to call you my friend. Okay. All right, so now for Jill. I remember the first time I met Jill. She was coming to Tucson, and Greg sent me a text. He said, "Be nice to her. I like her." So that should explain kind of the person I am. But then I got to meet Jill. I got to hang out with Jill, and I realized how good they were together. The first night we went to Club Congress. We were there. We were dancing. If you've ever seen Greg dance, it's not that great.
Maybe later, huh?
Yeah. Good luck, Miss Eastlas. But then I saw Jill dancing with Greg, and that was the moment I started writing this speech. I've never seen two people so perfect for each other than that moment. You're a great dancer, Jill. That's not it. You just compliment Greg so well. That's what it is. But it's very rare to see a love that these two share, and especially in a world like today. They complement each other in every way. They laugh together. I don't ever see them fight, which is weird. I honestly saw their love, and I was like, maybe I should move to Africa too. But now I feel like I'm just rambling, so let's cut this short. I hope that you guys have a great future. I can't wait to be a part of it, and you have no choice in that. I do have a house key, so come in over whenever I want. I wish you guys best in the future, wish you guys best kids, whatever, everything. And to the newlyweds, I love you both.
Sorry, you did a great job.
There you go, Lisa.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jesslyn, and I first met Jill when she was a toddler, and I was barely just a newborn. Her parents gathered to take photos of me and our new baby sister, Michelle, and I'm told Jill was there and happy to see us. But I wasn't really a conscious human being then. So I guess that's when I first met my two Kutchman cousins, and we kind of go way back. I'm privileged to say that they would both become a pretty huge part of my life. When we were kids, our families would visit each other, and I lived in California and they lived in Washington. Those years are kind of hard to remember, but I know we always had fun when we saw each other. When I was 9, my family moved to Vancouver, Washington, and that was when a very special cousin friendship really began. Me and Michelle were 3 days apart, and Jill was about 2 years older than us. With all our very unique quirks and personalities, we were quite the dynamic trio of girls. A big thanks to our parents for facilitating the countless sleepovers we would have over the years and the very loud laughter that would inevitably echo through our houses. Jill and I had this cute nickname for each other. We called each other Mind Twins. It's rare to meet someone who just gets you, and it's incredibly special to have someone like that as a constant presence in your life while growing up. Jill and I would read the same book in a room for 8 hours straight, occasionally laughing or gasping at what was happening in the story. But otherwise, we were content to sit there in silence while we read and visualizing the same story in our heads. We'd break for philosophical and moral discussions and theorize about what might happen next. This was our idea of fun. We shared inside jokes and opinions and your typical school-age struggles, but I don't think she realizes to this day just how much I looked up to her when we were kids. I've always admired her intelligence and creativity. She had a knack for drawing surrealist doodles, an ear for music, and an eye for art. And in high school, She was in the Science Olympiad, which I always thought was so cool. I wanted to be more like her, and I truly thought she was the coolest and smartest person ever, even if she didn't always think so herself. I still think that to this day. I met Greg for the first time sometime around New Year's in December 2017. They were back in the States visiting while they were living in Africa, and she had told me about this guy she was with, but she honestly tried to downplay it a little bit, and in Jill speak, I think this meant she really, really liked him. We hung out at a McMinimans in Portland and had some lively conversations, and I remember thinking that they were happy and effortless together. Jill was one of the first people I could truly be myself around. We had similar outlooks on learning and self-discovery and could confide each other when it was hard to talk to other people. She's a great listener, a problem solver, and a truly beautiful soul. She has gained strength, confidence, and wisdom throughout the years, and she'll be daring, and she's grown into someone who isn't afraid to take risks. She has become the wonderful woman we see here today. She even took a big leap of faith in deciding to live in Africa, which is surely proof that sometimes the best things can come from stepping into the unknown and taking the road less traveled. I'm ecstatic that she met Greg, someone she can continue to enjoy life's adventures with. It's clear to me that he's an equally incredible person and a life partner she can truly be her amazing Jill self with. Greg, thank you for being who you are and loving our Jill. I know you'll both take care of each other. And congratulations to all our families. Cheers, Mr. and Mrs. Islas. Oh, shoot.
Okay. Although you're going to hear from Alea tonight also, you might think we have very similar experiences, but I promise that they will be different. Growing up, I think Alea looked up to my brother like she wanted to be him. Same clothes, same hair, and all. I, on the other hand, just wanted Gregory to stop making fun of me for liking Britney Spears and Barbies. Despite our different interests and personalities, we always found ourselves together. Even if that meant Gregory's Transformers attacking all my Barbie dolls while playing house together. As we've gotten older and we've gone through all these stages of life together, I've realized I too want to be just like my brother. He's funny, he's intelligent, he's opinionated, but he will bring research to back himself up. And he's the greatest supporter there is. Gregory is an amazing big brother. Whether he knew it or not, he has served as a guide for the person I want to be and how I want to serve this world. If you know Gregory well enough, you've probably been part of a heated philosophical debate about something. And I know that his philosophy on life is to live in a way that brings good into this world. And that goodness is now squared with Jill by his side. When I first found out that Jill existed, I Facebook stalked her. I don't think I've ever told you that. And showed my friends saying, like, she's so pretty, can you believe it? Before I got to meet Jill in person, she was coming to stay with my brother at my parents' house. And in classic Gregory humor, he put a lot of effort into making it look like a bed and breakfast made up on his ranch with signs and all. At the time, I thought it was just my brother trying to be funny, but I know now that honestly, he wanted to make this a perfect and just special introduction to our family. He did put a lot of effort into it. And it's been an exciting time ever since. From that bed and breakfast he made up, to the Easter egg hunt that led to a ring and the beginning of this permanent union, my brother and Jill's story has been nothing short of sentimental and exciting. They're truly meant to be. And Albert already referred to this, but this is how significant it was. This was confirmed early on when I watched them on a dance floor together. at a bar on New Year's Eve. And if you've seen Gregory on a dance floor with a few drinks in, you might know what I mean. So to wrap this up with Gregory's second best love, math, I will leave you with a few statistics. Just 2% of Kenyans are European or American. There are just 307 data science job openings in Kenya. And the probability of finding your soulmate is 1 in 10,000. Cited by Pew Research. Not only did Gregory beat all odds by getting married in general, but you've both found something special and statistically significant, probably, by finding love in each other. So cheers to Gregory and Jill. So, Melina and I purposely did not read each other our speeches for fear that they would influence each other's. But I did try to ensure that mine was very different. So I just wanted to talk about how it's like being a sister to Gregory. As a sister to Gregory, you'll have a lifelong friend and an occasional foe. Someone to play t-ball and bicker with, and after a TV WWE marathon, be the subject of an RKO. You'll have someone to look up to hold you accountable as you learn right from wrong, and to maybe gain the slightest appreciation for an Ariel Pink song. As a sister to Gregory, you can rest easy knowing you'll pass Calc 2 after spending hours in his dorm room being tutored. He put you before himself. Jill, you couldn't have found a better suitor. As a sister to Gregory, you'll have an eternal competitor and opponent, but have lots of fun. Probably be shown no mercy in a game of one-on-one. But as a sister to Gregory, you'll learn to appreciate the tough love, because time and time again, he's put you above. As a sister to Gregory, you'll argue over which CD gets played on the way to school, but look back and realize he was actually pretty cool. But whether jorts were ever really in style in 2008, or making sure your bangs were perfectly straight, we shared a straightener, you'll witness a confidence and a personality evolve. One that's goofy and selfless, intelligent, with an admirable resolve. You'll pretend you're not sad when he gets his first real job and moves away, but quickly learn there are endless memories and travel plans to be made, from Paris to LA. With distance between, your relationship becomes more intentional. You'll call just because and be elated hearing he met someone in another country, less than conventional. You'll witness his care and attention, proofread his welcome to the Eastless Ranch letter the first time she visits, and see a new side of someone you know, showing love for another with no limits. There's no one I could possibly choose to be a better match. Seriously, Jill's a catch. As a sister to Gregory, I know you can trust that his commitment is forever. He will never stop trying to be better. As a friend, a professional, a brother, and now a husband. Because being a sister to Gregory means you know that his love for Jill has no end. And you've gained the sweetest sister and another lifelong friend. I couldn't have asked for a better match for Gregory. I wish you guys nothing but happiness and to maybe make it one day on Jeopardy. Cheers to you both. I'm so happy for you.
You guys are going to love this. I'm short on words, so I'm just going to say this is great. I hope everyone's having a great time. I'm so happy that Jill and Greg have found each other. He's a wonderful husband for my daughter, which I couldn't be happier for. And I really want to thank everyone for coming out here. And I really want to thank Eddie, Greg, your immediate family and extended family just treat us great. And I think we're going to have a long, big, happy time together. So that makes me happy. Sorry, that's all, folks. Hell yeah. Next.
All right.
Thank you. John, that was perfect. Just like sermons, they want them to be short, but
Nobody minds a short speech.
yes, short and to the point. Anyway, usually I don't write out stuff. I scribble some things on a napkin, but I didn't want to mess up tonight because it's been a very emotional day. Started in the morning with Gregory telling Cindy and I that he wanted to meet us at the hotel before everything started. So we met him, and he gave us each a letter. Cindy read hers there, and of course started crying like crazy. I said, "I'm not reading mine. I'm going to read it when I'm alone at home." I did, and I cried a lot. So it's been one of those days where the emotions are just awesome. So, and in a good way. Time out. How come these kids have no problems with these things, Anyway, this font is pretty small. On behalf of my wonderful and lovely wife, Cindy, Greg's mom, along with the rest of our family and the Coochman family, because definitely we've bonded and are looking forward to just like a long marriage, a long in-law relationship. I want to thank all of you for being here to show your support and love and to celebrate the union and marriage of Jill and Greg. Two amazing, beautiful, unique and special, extremely intelligent, you might say a bit geeky, individuals who today have vowed to spend the rest of their lives together and to love and cherish each other as partners through the awesome journey of life. As parents, you always worry about your kids and the choices they will make. I know Cindy and I have. He was not very many worries, but surely not to the degree my parents worried about me. But that's another story. So today is about celebrating a man and a woman who have made the perfect choice. And you've heard that. That's been a constant theme tonight. Our son can be somewhat mysterious and isn't, shall we say, the best communicator. We didn't really find out about Jill and their relationship until after they were both back in the United States. I'm like, who's Jill? I mean, I didn't think I even knew her name. Gregory has a girlfriend? Is that possible? I mean, what's going on here? So when they came, until they were back from Nairobi, but from the moment Cindy and I met Jill, we loved her. She was awesome. She is awesome. She's fantastic. And as everyone has said, perfect match for our son. Now today, we officially welcome her into our family as our new daughter. I know technically it's daughter-in-law, but you're like a daughter, sister to our kids. And we also have the extreme pleasure to gain some new compadres today. Susan and John, Jill's parents, who did a spectacular job raising our new daughter-in-law and who are super fun, kind, generous, and I know we'll be sharing lots of great times in the future whenever they visit Tucson or we visit the beautiful city of Vancouver, Washington. And Susan loves to cook, and I don't ever have a chance to get hungry when she's around because she's always whipping something up. So again, thank you for sharing in this celebration and providing your energy, spirit, and love. I want to thank my mom and dad, who's here in spirit, even a little more today, because I don't know if some of you know, but the wedding band that Jill placed on Greg's finger today is the same wedding band that my mom placed on my dad's finger about 68 years ago. So he's here not only in spirit, but symbolism as well. Thanks, Mom, for passing that on. So, you and Dad made it over 60 years, and we all here wish the same, and hopefully even more, for Jill and Greg. We love you, and now it's time to continue this little shindig, right? I hope this is the last of this blah, 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 and we can, have some music. Huh? Oh, sorry, there's one more. Sorry about that. Who's ever next? It's you guys.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, yeah.
Good to go. Yeah, don't worry, the dancing's later. All right. Sorry to have you all sit through that, but we just have such talented family members. Oh, sorry.
You gotta hold it really close.
Okay. Thank you.
I forgot to say cheers. Salud.
Cheers. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, that was very emotional. I don't even know how to follow that. I wrote a little something, but don't worry, it's a lot shorter than the vows. Oh, shoot, I should have pulled it up first.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is actually one of the best parts of the night. Of course, because this is the last speech, so you guys, can now party after this. But also because I get to actually, people have just been telling us how great we are for the last hour, which we really appreciate. Don't get me wrong, but now I actually get to tell you all how great you are instead of vice versa. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. To those of you who've traveled across the Atlantic, to those who have traveled across Tucson, I think the Tucson people would actually argue their trip was more difficult, especially they're driving home tonight. Jill and I are just so happy that you're here to celebrate this moment with us. Really, I can't help but try to make some generalization. It's pretty cheesy, but one thing I just wanted to highlight was our choice of readings today. I think I speak for both of us when I say they spoke to us because they both talked about how to live, how to treat each other and those around us. And the reason I wanted to highlight that is because you all have taught us that as well. Our lives would not be the same, and I'd argue much worse, if not for our interactions with literally everyone here. Our family and friends are what make our lives meaningful. The love we feel for each other is mirrored by the relationships we have with everyone, outside of the two of us as well. I also want to say a big thank you to the wedding parties, the plus ones, the ushers, readers, and everyone who helped create this amazing day for us. And I just want to say a huge thank you to John, Susan, and Michelle. You all have welcomed me into your family from the time I was a random guy from Kenya spending the New Year with you. And want to say you have no idea how much it means to me that you guys let me be in that fur coat photo on New Year's Eve. To supporting us as we move back to the US and finally here to Tucson. All right, so let's move on to the real reason we're all here. As many people have said, to watch me and Jill dance. Sorry in advance. But apparently made a good impression on some people. So actually we're going to cut some cake first, and then we're going to have a couple dances, and then the DJ is going to open up the dance floor to one and all, and you can see if anyone can dance better than me. I think the bar's open too. I had so many nightmares about running out of alcohol that I way overstocked, so please do your part and drink some tequila. And one last time, thank you all again so much for being here with us tonight. We love all of you. Thank you so much.